everyone, this is MOHSIN time. You're watching RiskyNetworking, and guys, thank you so much for supporting me, for giving your so much love to my last videos, right? You're liking my work. I'm receiving so many appreciation on the comment section of YouTube, WhatsApp messages. I'm receiving the appreciation, Facebook messages, LinkedIn messages. Thank you so much for that. And without wasting time, guys, let's just quickly start with today's session. And one important message you can see on the top of the screen, so take care of that. Soon we will be starting, very soon we will be starting that. So guys, if you remember in my first explanation video, I asked one question to you. What was that? Do you remember that? And few people responded that too. Actually, I wanted to cover that in my last video itself, but I forgot to cover that. So now I am covering that. So my question was that why switch check source MAC address, right? So see, there is a candidate whose name is like Mukesh Kumar. He responded to that question in the comment section. He's saying switch user source MAC to prepare MAC table, like MAC address table. Then only it is able to switch the frames. Very well explained, Mukesh, because yes, this is the correct answer. So guys, let me show you actually. For example, this is a switch. There are two PCs which are connected to it. Let's say this is the IP, this PC is having IP address of 1.1 and that PC is having IP address of 1.2, and the MAC addresses, let's say the MAC address of this PC is 00A, the MAC address of that PC is 00B, hypothetically. So guys, and this is 0/1 and this is 0/2, when I will send any packet, let's say it's an ICMP packet, I'm not going into that ARP and all those kind of things. For example, I'm sending an ICMP packet, okay, or let's make it as real as possible. For example, if this PC is sending an ARP request packet, what source MAC that packet will gonna have? That packet will gonna have source MAC of PC 1.1, like PC1, which is 00A, and that packet will gonna have the destination MAC. This is, let's say, source MAC, and this is the destination MAC, and destination MAC would be FFFF, the broadcasting MAC address 12F. Okay, and when the switch will receive it, so switch first it will check the source MAC address, and source MAC address is 001. Then it will check, do I have this entry in my MAC address table, also called CAM table, or not? So it will check, no, I don't know. Let's say switch will not find that entry in its MAC address table. So what it will do, before sending this frame, before sending this frame, first of all, it will make an entry in its MAC address table that, let's say, here it is MAC, here it is port number, VLAN will also there, but I'm not interested in that stuff right now. So MAC 001, I'm learning it from 0/1. Now in future, if switch will gonna receive a frame with the destination MAC address of 00A, then and when it will check its MAC address table to take the frame forwarding decision, it will see this entry that if the MAC address is 00A, forward that frame to 0/1, and this is how your switch will gonna take in future the frame forwarding decision for a destination MAC of 00A. So switch build up its MAC address table on its own, and how it build up using source MAC address. And very good, Mukesh, you explained it actually very well. So I just created a picture in front of you what Mukesh explained, okay, in his comment. So a few more candidates also, guys, replied. Let me show you their comments as well. So okay, thank you. See, guys, so many people are appreciating. Actually, guys, this is what the source of my motivation. If you really like, do comment, let me know. Yes, you are liking my video, what kind of things you liked. If I'm putting any question, try to answer those questions, guys, because these are the things when people are giving me the response, guys, that is the actual source of my motivation, and that is the reason, and that is the only thing actually nowadays, to be honest, guys, that is the only thing which motivating me to keep on doing this, okay. So thank you so much. Then okay, here it is. Redden John Peralta. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name incorrectly. I hope you will not mind that. Switch uses the source MAC address to fill its CAM table, exactly, or MAC address table, so that it knows where to forward a frame and when it receives one. Is that correct or not? It is absolutely correct. It is the correct answer. Very good written. And let me see. Vipin Gautam, switch create MAC table by using source MAC address. Okay. Okay, in MAC table it binds the interface with MAC, that is correct, address as well as VLAN. Okay, he is specifying all the information which we are seeing in the MAC address table. Excellent, Vipin, very good. And so that the switch can have the forwarding. Okay, yes, forwarding happened due to destination MAC, but source MAC is equally important. Absolutely right, Vipin, very well explained that source MAC is equally important because switch uses source MAC in order to build up its MAC address table, and its MAC address table is the database. With the help of that, switch can forward the frames whatever it is receiving. Exactly. So let me see if there are any further. Okay, this is what. Cool. Fine guys, very excellent guys, all three of you guys, very well done. Thank you so much for your response. Thank you so much for watching my video. Okay, and in next video I asked another question. If you remember, that question was pretty tough question actually, that what is the full form of ping. Redden Johan Peralta, actually it was the correct answer. The packet, yeah, Amit Seni, very good Amit, and very good Redden. Redden has given again the correct answer. Very well done Redden, very well done Amit, excellent. Packet internet grouper is the correct answer, and it was the first option A actually. The both of are absolutely correct. And then guys, one guy asked me one query, if I remember it correctly. Mohit asked me something. What is the other things okay, so Mohit asked me about administrative distance. Anyways, I have explained it, so if you want guys, you can read this entire explanation. But very soon I have already asked the AD values. I think probably in the next video I'll be covering that. So I'll be covering all these information in pretty much more detail in my next video, most probably, if I'm not wrong. And so very well done Mohit, thank you so much guys. You are giving me response, you are asking me your queries. It means a lot to me, I'm telling you. And actually it for example guys, you imagine now someone will come, and when they will go to the comment section, and when they will read these kind of things I'm sorry, when they will read these kind of things, they will gonna learn, and it's like, it's amazing. Mukesh, okay, Mukesh came back again. You explained very well. Thank you so much for the appreciation, Mukesh. These small words really means a lot to me, guys. Thank you, and thank you. So he is asking me, DNS belongs to both TCP and UDP, right? So actually I promised him that in the next video I'll be explaining him. Okay, so let me explain you. Actually guys, in order to explain this, okay, let me tell you first thing. Yes, he is absolutely correct. TCP and UDP port number 53 is reserved for DNS. That is absolutely correct. But when it will use UDP and when it will use TCP, that is the question actually. Okay, like most of the people knows that UDP 53 and DNS actually defined in under TCP and UDP both. But let me tell you one more thing, guys. I was having one student, okay, a few months back, you can say. Like, he was my student earlier back, but few months back he asked me this thing. That he asked me that, sir, actually I was giving one interview today, and interviewer asked me that do you know the DNS defined under TCP and UDP? He said yes. And which port number it is reserved for? He answered it is for 53. Then the interviewer asked him that when it will use UDP and when it will use TCP. I'm telling you, very few people know this the concept. Like, when it will use, like, people knows that okay, it uses UDP and TCP both, but when it will use UDP and when it will use TCP, that is the actual question. And let me tell you why it is very important. And sometimes these kind of tricky questions interviewer normally ask, okay, if they know So yeah, the condition is interviewers should know first, then yes, they can ask these questions to the candidates. And it is happens actually a lot of time people are not knowing this very small or important concept. Let me explain you explain you something about DNS. So actually there are two type of DNS server. One is called authoritative DNS server, okay, and another is called non-authoritative DNS server, right? I haven't mentioned DNS server. This is also authoritative DNS server. Got it? Now what is the difference in between these? For example, I am right now, let's say I'm using this internet connection I'm having, okay? So for example, I'm accessing google.com. So what my PC will do? So when I type google.com, it will generate a DNS query message. This is my DNS query message query, okay? And this DNS query message will go to the DNS server. Let's say my DNS server is let's say 8.8.8.8, right? So it will go to that particular server. So guys, the first server with which we are interacting, that server will always be non-authoritative DNS server, and the request which I am sending from my PC to a non-authoritative DNS server is always a UDP port number 53, okay? So whatever the request you are sending to the internet for this to resolve the domain name, right, for the domain name resolutions, those requests are always UDP requests. You can sniff, you can see, you will always see UDP, right? Now the point is, what is authoritative, what is a non-authoritative DNS server? Non-authoritative, so for example, this is non-authoritative, and here we are having authoritative DNS server. So non-authoritative DNS servers are the servers who learn the domain to IP resolution entries, okay, dynamically from an authoritative DNS server. Okay, these are the servers where administrator is not configuring the entries manually. These are the servers which learns the domain to IP resolution entries from an authoritative DNS server dynamically, in order to make this process more efficient, in order to distribute the workload, right? So there is not a single DNS server, there are multiple DNS servers, and those multiple DNS servers are further divided into these two types of servers. So first of all, your request will go to this non-authoritative DNS server, which learns the entries dynamically from another DNS server, which is an authoritative DNS server. Now, for example, this non-authoritative DNS server we can assume that this will have all the common domain names. So in order to resolve the common domain name, google.com, facebook.com, linkedin.com, or the domain names which are very frequently used, right? This non-authoritative will always have the entry. But for example, you are accessing a completely, kind of a website which people don't normally use, okay? So possibility is there, then this non-authoritative will not have the dynamic entry for that, okay? So what will happen? Let's say abc.com. It is a website which is very rarely used, right? So possibility will be higher that this non-authoritative DNS server will not gonna have it will not gonna have the IP domain to IP resolution entry. So for example, a DNS query packet is coming, it will open that query packet and it will learn that, okay, it is asking me to resolve abc.com, and it will look into its database, but it will not find that. What will it do? Okay, and this PC is sending this request to this non-authoritative DNS server. Let me change this color. Non-authoritative DNS server, is that correct? But this non-authoritative DNS server is not having the entry for the domain for which you are requesting. And this request is a UDP 53. I already told you. This is a UDP 53 request. Now, what this non-authoritative will do? Non-authoritative server will further communicate with authoritative DNS server. Now, what is the authoritative DNS server? Authoritative DNS server is the server where the administrator or a server engineer will gonna add the entries manually. Okay, so administrator will maintain this authoritative DNS server, and these non-authoritative DNS servers will be maintained dynamically from this authoritative DNS server. So this is all about distributing all over workload. Okay, make the process more quicker, more efficient, and more, consistent, you can say. Okay, so this authoritative, so now non-authoritative server will not have any entry. What will it do? It will simply send to a query request to authoritative, and when non-authoritative is communicating with authoritative DNS server, it will always use TCP port number 53. This is the logic behind these two ports, when it will use TCP and when it will use UDP. Everybody knows that the DNS is defined under TCP and UDP, but very few people, I'm not saying no one, yes, a lot of people knows this, but very few people will actually gonna tell you this logic, that when will it use UDP and when will it use TCP. So this is the logic behind that. So now you know when will it use this and when will it use that. Okay, I hope you like this explanation. These are some unique things that very rarely people knows. And as you're watching Risky Networking, now I'm doing marketing of my channel, and as you're doing I'm sorry, let me start. Okay, and as you are watching Risky Networking, so you are getting this benefit that you are knowing this, unique things, guys. Okay, see how beneficial I am for you. Kidding. Okay, so guys, that's it. Now you got it right. So now if someone ask you, right, when will it use or when will it use TCP UDP, you now know how to answer him. Okay, so guys, okay, fine, it takes time, right? So in order to explain something, anyways, okay guys, so this was I explained because of Mukesh. Now guys, think that is the reason I was telling you why comment section is very important and why I am putting questions, right? So that I can interact with you, right? And I don't know Mukesh, who is Mukesh, to be honest. He is just a regular viewer of my channel, right? But he is putting questions and I'm replying him. But you imagine, you just take it like that. Because of one guy, how many people will gonna learn this thing, guys? So many, right? People in thousands actually, right, will gonna learn, and maybe someday will come when I'll have views in lakhs. So lakhs of people will gonna learn because of a single candidate. Thank you so much, Mukesh, for asking me this question. Keep on doing this, keep up this spirit, and keep asking me questions, guys. I'll do my best in order to explain you or in order to give you the answer as best as I can. Okay, so okay guys, I think it is almost like 20 minutes. I'll not gonna make long videos. Let me cover one or two questions. Let me see what are the questions I need to cover. And so guys, see, I'm just taking it like I'm not cutting or anything. Like, yeah, these are the simple questions we can cover. Let's cover them quickly, and the rest of the questions I will cover in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, this, so yeah, the correct answer is, guys, packet internet groper. If someone is asking you now, you can tell him, yes, this is the full form of this thing. Okay, so now guys, see, routing protocols are coming now, started coming, but it's still basics. But don't worry, level will gonna increase with time. Okay, give it time. Everything takes time. Risky networking will also takes time, but with time you have no idea on what level I will gonna take this risky networking. But I can promise you one thing, that whatever I'll do it with you. That I can assure you, right? Because without you, obviously I can't do anything, right? So whatever we will do now, like I'll do it with you, or we will do, right? So keep supporting me, guys, keep motivating me, so that I'll keep on bringing these kind of awesome stuff for you, and keep asking me questions, take advantage of this, right? And okay, so the question is, what what multicast IP address RIP version 2 uses to send its routing updates. So guys, actually the routing protocols we are having, right? So these routing protocols are having some IP addresses reserved, right? And most of the routing protocols are send their packets or their messages on broadcast IP addresses. So there are few broadcast IP addresses which are reserved for these protocols. So right now I'm talking about RIP version 2, and the multicast IP address which is reserved for RIP version 2 is 224.0.0.9. So whenever you are sending a RIP version 2 message, by default you will always see the destination IP address as 224.0.0.9. Okay, now guys, if you are aware about RIP, as it is now up, like in the industry actually no one uses RIP, but in case if you are aware, we are having two versions of RIP version 1 and RIP version 2. So I told you that RIP version 2 uses this. If you know that which IP address RIP version 1 uses in order to send its routing update messages, if you know the answer, guys, do the comments below. Let me know that what is the destination IP address of a RIP version 1 update message. I'll see if I'll sniff the packet, right? So which IP it uses. This is my question. So just let me know if you know the answer. Do the comments below and let me know, and this time I'll see how many people are answering me. Okay guys, so this was the correct answer is C. And yes, the most favorite part of this is C. Who answered the correct answer? Comments, 2 comments are there. 224.0.0.9, because come on man, these guys are awesome. They are like continuously giving the answers and they are answering correctly. I appreciate both of you. Very well done, Sudesh and Vikash. What multicast IP address Eigrp uses to send its routing updates? So guys, Eigrp uses, just like RIP version 2 uses 224.0.0. sorry, 224.0.0.9, Eigrp uses 224.0.0.10. This is the multicast IP which is reserved for Eigrp, and the correct answer is option B, guys. And let's see who answered correctly. 5 comments are there. Ramveer, exactly, it is absolutely correct. Vikash again, Sudesh, very well done. That's it. I think there are some more comments. All comments. Let me see. Why it is showing 5 comments? I don't know. Whatever it is, okay. So fine. Ramveer and Vikash and Sudesh. Yeah, it is correct. Absolutely right. Excellent, guys. Well done. What multicast IP address OSPF uses to send its routing update? Now here is a catch. Okay. So guys, as Eigrp and RIP uses, like RIP uses .9, Eigrp uses .10, just like that. OSPF uses 224.0.0.5 and also it uses 224.0.0.6. So OSPF is the routing protocol who uses 2 multicast IP addresses. Why? There is a very important reason behind that, and when I will explain that, you will get the explanation. When will it use .5 and .6? Okay, let's do one thing. Let me ask you another question, guys. Do the comments below and let me know when OSPF will use .5 and when OSPF will use .6. Why I'm asking, there is a very valid reason behind that, because lot of time I have seen people are answering incorrectly. Okay, today I have taken 2 interviews, right? 2 interviews I have taken, and when I asked, both the candidates answered incorrectly. Can you believe me? This question. So there is a reason behind that, because a lot of time when people are reading this in the book, they are always misunderstood. I'm not saying they were not knowing, but they were having a wrong explanation in their mind. Okay, they were thinking, okay, this is the correct explanation. A lot of time I have heard the similar kind of explanation. Now I want to see, that the people who are watching this, are you also having the similar, like the wrong explanation for these two IP addresses? Or if okay, if your understanding for these two is correct, it will be very good. If not, but let me know. So in the next lecture, or like whenever, I'll try to cover, okay. Once I'll get the response, after getting the response, I'll explain you the proper explanation of both these questions. So comments below, guys. Okay, this is very important. This is actually something which is very important. Okay. Now, okay guys, so this from here we will be starting, because I need to explain you something in this. I'll be explaining you that how to convert a multicast IP address, how to convert a multicast IP address into multicast MAC address, right? So for example, if your destination IP address is a unicast IP address, okay? Don't go with this spelling, leave it. Just understand what I'm saying. So destination is a unicast IP address, then your destination MAC would also be a unicast MAC. In the same way, if your destination IP address is a multicast IP address on layer 3, then on layer 2, your destination MAC address will also be a multicast MAC address. Okay, so how that multicast MAC address will be calculated? So actually it is calculated from multicast IP address. In next lecture, I'll show you how to convert a multicast IP address into multicast MAC address. So this is okay. I think this is enough, guys, for now. It's fine, like it is almost 30 minutes lecture. It's cool, right? So that's it, guys. I hope you like this video again. In this video, actually, we have covered so many good things, so many important things. And the questions I asked you, answered that OSPF question, that multicast IP address. Try to answer that so that I can explain you the correct explanation of that. I'm telling you, 5-year experienced people, 6 years experienced people, even they are having a wrong explanation in their mind, and they are even don't know, like they are even don't know that okay, we were like not having the proper explanation. Okay, so try to answer that, and in the next, whenever I'll get the response and when I'll make the another video, you will surely get the explanation of that question which I'm asking you, just like the today I did. And guys, if you really enjoyed what I'm doing, if you really enjoying what I'm doing, guys, hit the like button, do the comments below, let me know what what the things you liked about Risky Networking, what are all the things if you don't like, and if you want me to improve, let me know, guys. Interact with me. I'm always saying I want to interact with you. Okay, and guys, if you really find this video informative, share it with your friends and with your colleagues as well, with other engineers, so that they can also take benefit. And don't go, guys. I have seen that 75%, I can tell you, I'm telling you, 75% of my audience is not subscribing my channel. Only 25% audience has subscribed yet. So guys, subscribe the YouTube channel, guys, because after getting 1,000 subscribers, we will be starting live streaming, and the live streaming you will actually gonna have fun. So that's okay, because in these kind of lectures it will take time, because I have to take all the things from the basics. But in live stream, we can directly pick a topic, and we can I can implement the topic in front of you. So that would be very, very helpful for you, right? So that you will get the idea, okay, if we want to, let's say we have to implement DMVPN, then this is the actual way, and this is the proper way of doing that. Okay guys, so that's it. It was pretty much from my side, and it's fine, right? So this was MOHSIN Khan, guys. You're watching Risky Networking. Let's learn together.